everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome to a new playthrough on the channel. After our adventures on Arrakis last week in Dune Imperium, this week we're venturing to the world of sleep this week in a couple different ways. First up, we're going to feature a dice chucker on the channel as we play Lucidity, Six-Sided Nightmares from Foxtail Games. In this one, we draw our dice, aka dreams, out of a bag, and we have to roll them to gain enough power to escape or simply survive, depending on how long the game goes. Let's move over to the game board and check out what nightmare we're playing against tonight. We're playing against the Lady of Primeval Fear tonight. Special thing to note, when you resolve a hunt, you may return any two spooks to the bag. So it looks like that means we can return them from anywhere. The nightmares work a little bit different in the solo game than they do in the multiplayer game. We'll tip down as we work our way down. There's text on each of these nightmares, but we can ignore that because, like I said, it works a little bit different in the solo game. I'll explain more about how that works when the nightmares wake up. We've got our mat down here. I'll see if we can zoom and get everything in shot here. Looks like I can. We'll put that there. Bring the nightmares here. Any nightmares I wake up, I'm going to put to the side of the board. And we'll bring that down. That will work. Before we get into this game, I do want to mention that we are going to be playing with one expansion that comes with this game. So we're going to be playing with the Shadow Hunter dice as well. We'll take a look at the die. It's a little bit different. We got 4 power, 2 hunts, and 2 shadow marks. So the hunts are part of the game where, as with the red dice, if we get 4 of these, we lose the game. That's the shadow mark, meaning we need 1 less spook to wake up each nightmare. And when we pull the Shadow Hunter out of the bag, which I'll put them in, and we'll give the bag a shuffle up. If we pull the Shadow Hunter out of the bag when we're pulling our dice to roll, we can't return that to the bag. We have to face it. So looking at our nightmares here, we've got a couple of red clumps with a yellow pair in between, and then we've got a green clump. Otherwise, we don't really have much for clumps. So I think we're all set to get into this game, so let's jump in. With each round, we'll start by selecting a track to dream on. We can start off with 3, 4, or 5 dreams. And given that I've got a few different clumps here, I could go either way with that, but I think we're going to start off with dreaming at 4. So we'll go into the bag. We'll pull 4 dreams out of the bag. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, oh boy. We have to return 2 of them to the bag, and since we got 2 Shadow Hunters right off the bat, we have to return the green and the red die. So now we'll roll these for the result. Oh, that's a big problem right off the bat. Because that's 2 shadow marks right off the bat. Which means now we only need 2 spooks to wake up each nightmare. Yeah, this is not going to be a long game at all. So now that we've gone through the round, we'd go through any power effects. We don't have any power right now. We can decide to either dream deeper or rest. I think here we are going to dream deeper, so we're going to go up to 6 dreams. So now we're going to pull 6 dice out of the bag. One, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. Looking here, we've got 2 red and 2 yellow, so I can try to do some work on these several clumps. So I think we're going to risk it. I'm going to return the green and the blue dice to the bag. Yes, I am gambling a little bit here because I could just awaken 2 of these nightmares right off the bat. So let's see what happens. And we awaken, so we get the yellow marker, but we do indeed, just like I feared, wake the yellow nightmare up, but we have to rotate one sleepy marker to its spook. Fortunately, we don't have any sleepy markers. We don't have any exhaustion markers. We do put a red die on here as well. And I could move one to a hunt for the red die, but I don't think I'm going to do that. Unfortunately, we do wake up the yellow nightmare here, which means now we have the yellow nightmare awakened, so now we can't return yellow dice to the bag, which is a big problem, especially if we pull out all yellow and all shadow hunters. I think we're going to spend the power to try to re-roll this clump of red dice. See if we can try to break that one up a little bit. Which we're able to do exactly bubkiss with it, so we'll return it like that. The exhaustion dice go right back on. Do I want to take a risk here? Because two more yellow spooks here would mean I just lose the game. And I can't return yellow dice to the bag. So the problem is I've got a red die coming on. I've got a red spook coming on, which is going to awaken that nightmare as well. Yeah, I think we're going to try to dream again. This will be the last dream track for the round. Let's see. That is 2, 4, 6, and we've already got 3 dice that we can't return. 7, 8. Oh, jeez. All right, well, we have to face the yellow dice, and the shadow hunter. Of these, what do I want to return? I think we'll keep a green and a red out. So we've got to roll these 6 dice. Unfortunately, we've got a yellow spook coming onto the sheet. So if at least one of these yellow dice is a spook, we are just going to lose the game right here. Oop. Well then. Actually, we can resolve these in any order, so I don't think it's going to matter. Because we are, well, I believe we resolve spooks last. Let me double check that. Power, then hunt, then exhaustion, then shadows. Okay. And I believe I'm just going to double check one more thing, but I think the If you die or become a nightmare, in that case you must return. Well, we're actually going to lose in a couple different ways because we're going to end up getting another shadow mark, and that's 3 shadow marks, so we'll be eliminated anyway, which we would have lost this game in a lot of different ways anyway, so that was not pretty at all. But I think that was a very fast game, so we'll go ahead, set this up, and play one more time. I'll shut the camera off so I can do setup, and then we'll play one more time. One thing I like about this game is that it's a lightning quick setup and teardown. I am not liking this setup at all, though. All we've got so far is one clump of 3 blue up here and then a clump of 2 red down here. So our dice selection is not great, which makes me want to try to win this game quickly. So I think we're going to dream at 5 dreams and try to get a lot of power in a hurry. So we're going to pull 5 dice out of here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. And hey, look at that. No shadow hunters this time around. We are playing with them again, though, so they are in the bag. I think given that our clumps right now are red and blue, I'm going to return both of those greens. Still have a little tickle in my throat. I'm going to return the 2 greens to the bag since right now my clumps are red and blue, and we're going to see how this goes. Okay, we got a bunch of power here, so we've got 2 and 3 power, plus we've got a blue spook, so we do have to draw and resolve a dream from the bag. It's another blue, and it's an exhaustion die. Okay, I could spend a red power to try to work on this clump down here, and I think I will. I think I will spend that red power, see if I can break this clump up. And I can't. I'm not going to spend the other power. We are going to dream deeper. We're going to go to 7 dreams this time. Let's see. Oh boy. 2, 4, 6, 7. That's all 7. We have to face the 2 shadow hunters. I think we're going to return the green dice again. See what we can do with the shadow hunter and the red dice. Well, a decent amount from the looks of it. So we've got another 2 power here. A 1 power here. A 2 here, which brings us up to 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 power. Then we get a red spook. And then I have a shadow hunter hunt, which fortunately I can use that to return any 2 spooks to the bag. So I'll return... I'll return this red spook since I've got 1 coming, and I'll return this yellow. Okay, which means those shift down. Which means now I've got a few clumps that I could try to break up, but I'm going to go the distance on this one at the risk of potentially filling my exhaustion track. Two, 4, 6, and I do have a shadow hunter out, so I will have to face that. 7, 8, 9. Okay, so the shadow hunter has to stay. I think we're going to return the green dice and roll everything else. Mainly so I can try to break up some of these clumps. Or maybe win the game if I get that lucky, but that's not likely. No, but we will come close from the looks of it. So that'll give me another 2 power to bring me up to 2, 4, 5, 7, 9. 10, 11, 12. The hunt is going to return this spook and this one to the bag, which means those will shift down. Then we have to rotate this to a spook. And that, which means we have to draw and resolve another dream. Okay, it's a green one, which is a spook. So we reroll 1 dream of the next player's choice. I believe in the solo mode, that would mean that we have to re-roll the instead of re-roll the first dream in my power roll. So I believe that means I would have to re-roll this one, which is not great. But it'll stay as a 1 power, which means we have to shift all of these back. That's a 1, 2, 2. So that brings us down to 3, 4, 6, 8. Actually, these need to go there because that's a 2 spot. That's 11 power. All right, so since we've reached the end of our track, we can either return everything from the exhaustion row, every exhausted die, or 1 spook. I think we're going to return this spook, which means these 2 will shift down. They don't count as spooks to resolve, but they will count for purposes of waking up the respective nightmare. So now we're into a new round. This has already gone longer than the first game. We need 4 power to win this game. There's a temptation to go to go for the home run again and go for 5. And I think we'll do that. We're not in danger of waking any nightmares up, and 4 power, like I said, just wins the game for us here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Given that I've already got 2 blue spooks, and I'd become a blue nightmare if that wakes up, I'm going to return 2 of the blues to the bag. And we'll roll the yellow and we'll roll the 2 yellow and the blue. Okay. That brings me up to 13 power and puts a yellow exhaustion die on the track. I think we're going to spend the... What do I want to do here? Do I just go for it at this point? I might just go for it, actually. Okay. Yeah, I think we are just going to go for it here. So we're going to dream at 7. Now we're at a stage where 2 power wins the game. Two, 4, 5. 6, 7. Okay, the Shadow Hunter has to stay out because we have to face that. I don't think I want to put myself in a position for more hunts than necessary, so I'm going to return the red. I'm going to return a red and a yellow to the bag. So 2 power does win us the game here. Let's see what happens. We got it. Because that's a 4 power on a Shadow Hunter. So that'll bring me up to a total of 1, 3, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 17 power. Which means we've won this game. That actually went a lot easier than I thought it would. We would have ended the turn, though, because we did have 2 exhaustion dice in there. I believe once you get to 15, the game just ends. I don't think there's an end of the round or anything like that. At the end of any player's turn, if any player... Yeah, I believe in the... I believe at the end of the... I believe in the solo mode, the game just ends, and if you have 15 or more power, Actually, no, it's saying here that at the end of any player's turn, so we would force the turn over. We do have a green power, though. We do have the exhaustion track filled up, and the imprisonment, which rotates one of those to a spook. So we'll rotate that. Then the turn would be over, so since we hit that, so when you must either collect 15 power. Okay, so it looks like we would have just won. You must either collect. It doesn't say when it ends, so I'm just going to rule that 15 power means we've already won the game. So that's it for this playthrough of Lucidity Six-Sided Nightmares. I'm going to call it after 1 and 1. We're not quite done yet, though, because we got a product in Monday that I'm going to go ahead and unbox. So I'm going to clean this up, and then we'll come back with that delivery and shot. I got this delivery in from Appa International on Monday. It's a pretty weird shape, so let's crack this open and see what we've got in here. Okay, of course we are greeted by the invoice, which I will intercept and get a shot. Okay. Closing the knife not on my finger. And we're greeted in here by a copy, once I get it out, of the Appa football board game. Classic football board game, real players, realistic results, ages 7 to adult. Now includes college football. Since 1951, Appa football has been giving fans the next best thing to real football enjoyment. The Appa football board game delivers all the stunning realism fans expect from Appa, plus one thing more: a great new look. This game is a result of a generation of fine-tuning. No wonder it plays so smoothly and is so much fun. Well, I've been enjoying watching Dave Gardner play it on his channel. Hundreds of leagues and thousands of players around the world swear by Appa football as the football game. If you want to see how real a sports simulation can be, Appa is for you. Long bombs, quarterback sacks, and blocked field goals are all included. You call the plays on offense, align your defense, and make the key substitutions that could spell the difference between victory and defeat. The upgraded results boards assure you the most realism and accuracy you can get in a football board game. Appa Pro Football is easy to learn and play. Included is a quick start guide that can be playing in, are you ready for this? 5 minutes. So what are you waiting for? Appa Football gives you all the flexibility of today's top-notch coaches. Do you have what it takes? Join the many thousands of football fans just like you who are part of our active and close Appa community. Visit appagames.com and join in the fun. Advertised stuff there. But that will do it for this playthrough of Lucidity Six-Sided Nightmares. We're going to have the intro for the spring campaign for Arkham Horror, the card game, probably in the next night or two. Saturday we're featuring the appetizer out of the Dungeon Meister cookbook on mystical munchies, remarkably movable rods. Sunday we're going to feature the spring campaign for Arkham Horror, the card game, with the first scenario, but I'll talk more about that during the campaign intro. Next week we're going to be playing our first football game on the channel as we play Glory Days Pro Football. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care everyone.